Yeah, Shamili, uh, we will start now, and let me share my screen. Okay, so please do interact in this session so that we get to know each other more and you can decide better. So the very first slide that I would share with anyone when I'm speaking is this. The thing is, there is a dog here and a cat here. What does this imply to you? What do you read out of this picture?
What I'm trying to understand is no matter what comes your way, just stay calm like cat.
Yes? And I've written here, knowledge is power. The cat is feeling powerful, not scared. Why? Because it has the knowledge that this dog has been tied up. So that being the case, it is not worried, it is not bothered at all, irrespective of the big bark, irrespective of the big size of the dog. It is not scared at all. So that is what gives you power. In order to acquire this knowledge, there will be different ways. Okay, you can go ahead and do it. Learn by yourself, or YouTube, or approach a trainer, or just be on the job and learn on the job. Wherever acquire knowledge, that is your power. Now, your intention, your interest of having joined here shows that you want to learn something else, something more. Now, here, let me tell you, there are 3 to 4 parameters that is involved. That is your money, your time for attending the training, as well as for the practice. You have to attend the training. I will show you what to do, how to do. Then you need to practice. If you're not practicing, no hands-on, no use. There it requires time. Then this demo is for the purpose of knowing your trainer. It is me. You should know that whether whatever I am explaining, you're able to understand or not. And during the course of this discussion today, ask questions so that you can assess whether I'm able to answer your questions or not. Okay, that's the third point. Then the support, the kind of support which the institute provides and which the trainer gives when you have a doubt or when you are at a roadblock, you're stuck with an error. Lot of things happen while learning SAP. You will be stuck with lot of errors. You'll not even know how to proceed further. You'll be frustrated. Then how the institute supports you, how the trainer supports you. You need to have that information. Then your own goal. You know yourself better, what you can do, how much of time you can invest in training, in practice, and how much of the assessment you can hold of a trainer. Like when you're talking to me today, you should be able to take a decision on all these points. But the entire thing comes from your own goal. That is your starting point. Then comes your willingness to invest time for training as well as your own practice. Then what support as a trainer I'll provide, as an institute which Arjun will provide. Then your last criteria should be the money you are going to invest in this. Because people will first ask, if there is a course, how much is it? No, I will say it's the other way around. Start with your goal, understand what kind of time and for training and practice, how much of time you are willing or you are able to invest. Then assess the trainer when you talk to them, then go for it. Then money should not be a criteria. If all these things are settled, you should go ahead and then invest. I would consider this as your investment. Okay. Having said that, with this knowledge about yourself and your goals, let us proceed with today's discussion. Now, I am trying to tell you today about the FICO fundamentals, and this is me. My qualification is there, but I would always tell, irrespective of the qualifications, anybody for that matter should be able to deliver. should be able to solve the problem or the issues on hand and finish the work assigned to you. That is your employment. That is your job. So you may have qualifications, you will get a job, you will get an interview, all is well. The moment you start your work, you should show your work. Your capability should be shown in your work. Your degrees will not speak for you. So now, even if I say I have done all this, these will not speak for me when I deliver my training. Okay. Then this session, this, yeah, Shamli.
What's the abbreviations? Like ICWAI, MPhil, MCom.
Yeah, I've done my MCom, MPhil, ICWA, Diploma in Financial Management.
Oh, financial management. Okay.
Financial Management. I've completed my Six Sigma Black Belt.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I've completed my UGC NET qualification. I'm eligible to teach in any university in India. Okay. I have worked as a lecturer, I have worked as a finance manager, I've worked in IT. So this varied experience is what I bring to the table. So how much of it you make use of is up to you. That will come only when you practice. I emphasize on practice. This is not like any other course where you attend the classes, then give the exam, you attain a degree and done deal. Keeping that degree will go for hunting for a job. No, this is not like that. Here you have to get hands on. You have to jump into the river and swim. If not, it's of no use. I'm telling you upfront. This course is for the graduates who want to have an ERP career. See, by the time you come here, you would have done your basic, groundwork. That what is an ERP, what is SAP for that matter, or how rewarding that career will be. With all these things, the fresh graduates will be aspiring for a global career. They can travel the world, but that comes only when you acquire that knowledge. So this course is for people who have such kind of aspirations, and also for working professionals. You're already working, but you want to move on, change the career, make it more challenging. I will not tell rewarding. Reward comes, it is there. That's secondary for me. It is more challenging. If you're up for it, jump into this. So even freshers as well as working professionals can switch over. Freshers, when they start, they will understand what is the actual business processes happening. It is, real life is entirely different from the textbooks. Textbooks, some syllabus is set, it is taught, it is learnt or by hearted, written in the exam, certificate you'll get. You are a degree holder. But this is not like that. Okay. Now here the career path for the working professionals. The freshers as such, they will learn how the business process is, how real time work happens. Then the system will come into picture. Here for the working professionals, they already will be having their domain knowledge, and then the addition of the skill set is this SAP S4HANA, SAP FICO module. When you learn that, this combination will enable you into being a high value consultant who can hold the role of an advisor. Consultants are advisories only. They will tell, I know the system, I know the domain, and this is what is the right way of using the system. You are the system person. And when you talk to business side, you understand what they need. Then you will start giving solutions. That will not happen overnight. Again, practice. Here, in my sessions at least, we will not just tell this is SAP, you go, click here, click there, set up this is how it has to be done, then this will work. It will work. People can do it that way. People are doing it that way, are teaching that way. But here we start with the business requirement. If there is no business, there is no software at all. SAP itself is not required. It is a tool only. It is required because there is a business and business has a need. For that purpose, we are using the software after understanding business requirement and telling that okay, there is a requirement, there is a problem which this SAP as a software will resolve. Then we set it up. The configuration happens, and then the business impact when you do this, what is the value that business will get because of this software, what is the result that business will get, how it will enable to further their business. Then that is the fix, the troubleshooting. Once you set it up and you see the result, it will not end there. As and when the business will go on using the system, anywhere a problem can come, then the troubleshooting happens. Now different things are here, and each one is a different type of project as well. You do only configuration and then business impact and then deliver, it is a implementation project. Then it is already implemented, then you go ahead, you become part of that project because you have been trained or you understand the business requirement. Errors keep coming up in the system. Then you do the troubleshooting. You are a support consultant. Okay. These are the things which I am proposing to do in this classes. Okay. And we go beyond theory. I will not tell okay, just go, there's a company code to be set up. It is easy to tell. There's a company code to be set up, create that, assign the fiscal year, that's about it. It will work. Why it is required, how it will be derived, when you set it up this way, how the system will read those settings and give the result, this result. Is it the desired result or a wrong one, how to fix it? Those are the things which come in your why factor. Once you do this, you do lot of mistakes. You should commit mistakes. Don't worry what will happen to the system. Once you get access to the system, go ahead and commit mistakes. You will learn from it. Error will come. Don't even worry before going ahead in the practice system as such. I will do the hand holding. Go ahead, come back to me with the errors. We fix them. In that process, you learn a lot. You learn a lot and you are ready for the interview. So this will be your career ladder. If you see, there are two. These are all together. This is a separate one. This is a freelancing. Okay, that comes only when you work in different places, acquire sufficient knowledge. Then you have a commanding position where you can float freely. That's freelancing. Here there are two parts in SAP as such. You can become just an end user or a trainee. Then you are a consultant. End user or trainee means like a business person. You are using the software, that's all. You got nothing to do with setting it up or troubleshooting. FICO consultant as such. Okay, you are going to be the person who understands the system, who understands the business process and starts giving solution. This is where your high value comes. End user, you become a finance executive, finance manager, or general manager, CFO. They are all users. But setting up the system is a consultant. In order to become a consultant, you should know this. So in our session, we'll be learning both this. Unless and until you know what the end user does, how the transactions have to be processed, what to expect from the system, you cannot become a consultant. You cannot set up the system. I should know what should be the outcome. I should know that today I am going to prepare some dosa, crispy dosa or a soft dosa. I know that, accordingly I'll set up. So this is that soft dosa or crispy dosa. You should know those things as well as this. So I'll be guiding you people in all this. Then you go on to become, this is the ladder. You go on to become a senior consultant, then you become an architect and the program manager or the practice lead. These roles will be there wherever you join also. Then you should know this is the vision you should have when you join an organization. Okay, I am here, then I'll move on here, then I'll go here. If it is not happening here, I'm going to change the organization. So certain such decisions will happen. Now, when we are talking about HANA as a revolution, what we are speaking is, earlier it was ECC, SAP only ECC. Now it is HANA. Just a small example, whether you understand or not, don't bother. Why I have put this slide is that earlier these many tables were there. Now the entire thing is combined into one. With this, what is happening is, earlier all the organizations, large enterprise corporates, all those who are on ECC are moving to HANA. Are moving to HANA in the sense, lot of projects, lot of migration projects, brownfield implementation, greenfield implementation. When all these things are happening, there are a lot of job roles, job opportunities coming up. So this is what has to, inspire you and motivate you. Okay, there is a job opportunity, let me go ahead. Here, global mobility and long-term stability. With all the AI, everything, I have tried AI. I have seen AI will give you answers, because it will anyway be crawling across the web and giving you the answer. But it is you who has to verify that, and then own it up when you're telling it to somebody else. And most of the time I've seen AI can make mistakes. It is 100% true. I will tell AI will make mistakes. Your responsibility to validate that and then percolate it further. If you just blindly believe whatever AI is telling and then passing it on, no, you will be a failure. Do not do that. Okay. Now, when I'm telling global mobility and long-term stability, in this job, this will happen. And again, I'm telling, it is your practice which will give you mobility, and it is your practice which will give you stability also. Okay. You don't practice and you just join somewhere and stop practicing. No mobility, no stability. So if you listen from someone telling that I lost my job, I was working in SAP and all, you should understand that is not applicable to you. Why? Because this and this stopped for a person because he stopped practicing, he stopped learning. Just attending one training course and then going ahead, even by luck, if you find a job and you do not do anything about it later with your knowledge, you're not doing anything to your knowledge, nothing happens. No mobility, no stability also. Then you will think, okay, I made a wrong decision. Don't do that. Understand well now itself and decide well. Okay. The tangible outcomes of your learning. Here, I will encourage my students to execute, that is practice. I've been telling right from my slide 1, we have to practice. And then I will tell them to explain. You have to confidently tell the process, business process, forget SAP, okay? I start with business process only. Let it be purchase or a sale or a discounted purchase, discounted sale, trade discount, cash discount. These are the things like you have to just give the concepts. You should be able to explain small topics. I will encourage them, because if you are trying to implement something or set up something in the system during our practice sessions, in that there will be a business process for which we are performing the configuration. I will ask you people to explain. So you learn to explain. Then when we do these two, you will understand what is you'll analyze. You'll analyze because you understand finance very well. Then there are other areas also. Other areas in the sense purchase, sales, production, HR, there are other warehouse management, likewise. So there are so many modules. When you get access to the system, I'll show you. And also when we say perform transactions, I always encourage people to understand the meaning behind it and do not by heart the T codes. I've seen in certain WhatsApp groups also people telling, give me a list of transaction codes. What for? It is there in the system in one place. It is more than a lakh. What will you memorize? Can you memorize even 1,000 and rattle it out whenever required? By the time you memorize 1,000, SAP would have come up with something new. It's of no use. Even when you go for an interview also, if you have a grip on the business process and talk about it, it is a plus point and you'll get selected. You'll understand, you'll analyze, and as we are doing this, you'll learn how to articulate whatever you know, the knowledge, what you have. not only to the hiring managers and the colleagues what I've written here. If you are going to get into a client facing situation, okay, if you are getting a client facing role, then also these things will help you. This rigorous practice, if you do, it will help you a lot. Not only now, continue practicing now and later also, then it will help you in this communication. When can we talk? When you have stuff only, you can talk. You can communicate. When will you have that stuff to talk? When you have actually practiced. Rest of the things I may talk. If I've been cooking, I can talk about cooking. If I've been watching movies, I can talk about movies. But here I have to talk about SAP. I need to practice SAP. As simple as that. Here, your support and doubt resolution. I'm telling you, you are not expected to figure out everything alone. I am with you. Okay? You will not figure out. It is a struggle only in the beginning. But with proper guidance and proper practice, you can move ahead. Initially, it may look all like a rocket science. By the end of it, you will say, okay, it is not a rocket science and it is doable. That kind of feeling you will have by the time you finish the training sessions. Practice, come to me with the questions and thereby acquire knowledge. We will resolve all the errors that you would have. Whatever I teach, whatever I train you up with, practice that scenario with your own, you should create your own business scenario. I'll tell how to do that. When you do that, there will be a lot of hurdles. That is fine, that is normal. I always tell my students, errors in SAP are your friends. Not the people you talk outside, they may discourage you. This is not the job for you, this is not the career. It is not for them because they have faced some other, some other way in that SAP learning altogether. Because of that experience, they are talking in the manner that it is not possible. You should not listen to them. You should look at your own goals. That's what I told you in the beginning. What you want to do, you know yourself better. Do not listen to anyone. If they say there is no job in the market, no job for them. Do not apply that for yourself. You go, venture out, try it out. Have your own confidence. You have a goal, you have your learning, you have my support. Go ahead, learn and try out in the world. Why you won't get a job? Let's see. That's my challenge. Then all the training starts from fundamentals and builds gradually. So you don't have to have any prior SAP experience. I'm going to read out and explain a little bit of all these questions. Apart from this, you have anything else, you can ask after the next slide. Okay, this is last but one. So there is all the fundamentals and we will build it gradually, right from business process to SAP also. And the duration is going to be 3 months of training plus 3 months of support. Your server access will be for 6 months. Same server will be there. You can continue to practice while I am providing training plus 3 months after that. After the training is completed for 3 months, another 3 months you can do. Nobody provides this. Either wherever, if you inquire elsewhere, they will tell 3 months, done deal. After that server, you have to buy again and again and again. I will always suggest go for this 6 month server, practice. Your same settings will be available. You don't have to miss the settings, again set up. You'll be starting from the beginning only if that happens. So here at a stretch, target 6 months, finish in 6 months. That is consistent practice. Okay. Here no coding, no programming involved because this is a functional consultant role, not a technical consultant. Okay. Certification, SAP, yes, you can write their exams and get certification, but getting a job and clearing the interview, this certification is not mandatory. But if you have it, it is a plus point. It's like you have to be a degree holder, but doesn't mean that you do from the top IIT college or somewhere like that. Okay. So that is how it is. It's an additional point only, but end of the day, when you talk in the interview, when you open your mouth, how are you explaining things? How are you communicating? That matters. If there are two people in the same interview for one position, both of them, are having all equal qualifications, everything, but one guy is having certification also. But the guy without certification talks better. The other one cannot communicate. his certification will not be considered at all. It is valid, certificate is valid, but not considered. The guy who communicates well will be picked up. Yes, you can learn this while working also. So this is designed to support working professionals, and that is why we are having classes at 8 p.m. in the evening. And and then you can what was I? You can still learn. But again, in this scenario, if you are working and if you are not having full time available, then you should be clear about the time you can afford to set aside for practice. Think about from that angle. You can learn. You should be the person who tells that I can, I must, I will do it. That attitude when you bring, yes, you can. Otherwise, I had few students who had full time on their hand, but still they did not practice, so even they could not do. But there are students who were working full time and still they could do it. So it is in your hands. Trainer cannot tell whether you can or you can't. You are the person who can tell you can or you cannot. Now here, this part. This is where I spoke about the migration. S4HANA, the ECC, the previous version is going to end soon. Everybody, all the companies have to move on to the new version. When this migration is happening, there is a demand for FICO consultants, basically finance. That is like hot cake in the market, because they are the ones who understand all the processes better than any other MM or SD consultant. You just go and Google around, see the employment portals, you'll figure out who has more demand, who has got more salary offered. Okay. Now the question is, this is what I'll tell, is SAP worth it? The question is, are you ready to invest in yourself? Most important is the time. Don't ask if SAP is good or not, whether the job is good or not. Are you ready? If you are ready to invest in yourself, mainly the time, that is what you should be ready to invest in. Then you can build a global career. This and all will follow. And you are future proof your skills against obsolescence. Irrespective of AI or no AI, SAP will keep updating the software, and if you also keep updating yourself through your habit, make it a habit to practice. Through your habit of practice, you are also updating yourself. Your job is future proof. Okay, and if this interests you, go ahead and contact Gurukula Plus, and we can meet in the classes if you are joining. Okay, now I am opening it up for your questions. Yeah. Yeah, guys, tell me. Chetan, Shamili, you're not audible. Shamili?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now.
Yes, so I'm just trying to understand, like I basically don't know how this works. So previously I have experience of ERP. I was just doing the cosmetic rebrand and updating the invoice date, processing the orders. So that's how I know. But it was only part of my job, like not full-fledged working on SAP. It wasn't like that. So this co-writing, so is it based on the project? First question. And second question I want to understand is, so whatever you will be training for the next 3 to 6 months or next 3 to 4 months. So is it something connected to what I will be working at office, or is it something similar, or you will be taking up your own project or some scripted cases and work on that, or is it something like a live which already a company has been worked and we are taking that as a mock and we are working on it?
We will be creating our own company, and the business processes, the general standard business processes across the software. Those are the ones we are going to set up, test, and implement. If I am showing for one company code from the beginning, you will also set up one company code. In this process of doing this, there is no mock and all that. It is like you are doing for a real company code. This is your real time practice. As you are doing this, since you are already working at office, you will relate to that. You will know, okay, behind the scenes, this is what is happening, hence I am able to do this. Hence the system is behaving in this manner. The behind the scenes what happens, you will be seeing here. There you are an end user, you are at first step.
So it will be like a real time. So example, if I'm getting any cases like this, so I can relate to what I've been trained, right, and take up the same thing in my office cases as well.
Yeah. What exactly are you doing at your office? I did not get that
So
part.
right now I'm actually looking out for job. So I have 10 plus years of experience. So I have worked with worked in ACP, but ACP ERP.
Hmm.
Right now I'm planning to switch my domain to like full-fledged
You want to become a full-fledged consultant.
consultant.
And this end user, SAP, ERP also, whatever you have worked, it is a treasure. It is a foundation on which you can build your consultancy profile. So you will not know now, but as we are moving ahead, you will realize that this is really good for you and the right decision to move ahead as a consultant. When I tell, you can relate better to it than a person who has not even seen a screen. But for everyone, I will do the hand holding, no worries. Yeah? Think over, decide. I'm telling everyone, the point is how much are you ready to invest in terms of time, because I do not know your daily schedule. Okay, think in terms of the time. This is a very demanding practice. You should be able to set aside, at least if you're working 2 hours, if you're not working minimum 5 to 6 hours, you should be able to set aside, and that 5 to 6 hours will be applicable to you for the weekends. For others who are not working throughout the week, for those who are working 5 to 6 hours over the weekend, and every day at least 2 hours you have to set aside. That kind of a rigor, if you get into, yes, you can make your career, build your career. Okay.